But once you've achieved some of those goals and you're looking for more, you can set intentional goals based on the individuals.
Because I
That's how I
used to
like to do
do,
it.
like, I was like, oh, how many taps I got? And then I realized I'm not going to tap the high up belt. Who's going to do it? But if I can look and go, well, I'm actually 3 out of 5 passes actually got close to going through. I go, okay. Like it's like you're saying, the mini goals are
Exactly.
basing on your performance and gradual build.
Exactly.
I really like that approach. And do
Mm.
we then link the end of a class where most people just bugger off and get changed and never do anything? Is the cool down the same as the warm up? An intentional kind of, cooling the body down, letting the emotion cool, letting the adrenaline spike, you know,
Mm.
because you get these
Yeah.
idiots who come along and say, you have a 90-minute carb window, you have to eat all your protein by this point. And, there's people have heard it on Men's Health or these other
Yeah.
sites, and we don't have a clue what to do. What should be a cool down from leaving the gym to, like, is there sports
Yeah.
specific movements we do? Then what should we eat? How should we go back to normality is probably a good way of saying it.
Yeah, we've just gone to war. How do we cool ourselves down from that? How do we come down from that cliff? Yeah, excellent question, Ian. I think that for my focus around immediate post training is to basically regulate the central nervous system. Like you mentioned, you've just had a huge dump of adrenaline. You've just gone to war for an hour or an hour and a half. So I think that picking 3 to 4 stretches, and I use the term stretch intentionally here, to basically down regulate your central nervous system and calm your body down. And that will support you moving back to normality and regulate you out, lower your heart rate. So it can be jujitsu specific or it can be individually specific. What I mean by that is, let's take the example I used before where maybe you're working on your guard and you've identified that hip mobility is a big factor to improving your guard retention, because a big part of guard retention is your ability to get your knees to your chest. So maybe that is a sticking point for you. So maybe you could use the cool down as a time to work on some static uh, stretches or stretching holds, to work on your hip mobility. If that's something you're working on, or maybe I don't know, you have issues with your back, you could do some back stretches or something along those lines. Basically, choosing some 3 to 4 very simple, not too strenuous a mini stretching routine, and go through it maybe 2 rounds. And you don't need to hide off into a corner and be all Zen mode. You can still talk shit with your training partners and whatever. It's just while everyone's sitting around talking shit, you can be the guy stretching and talking shit. So a 2 for 1, if you will. And then yeah, I think that is a good way to be intentional behind your cooldown. Now let's tackle the second part, nutrition wise. You mentioned metabolic window. Now this goes, believe it or not, goes back and forth in the literature, the sports nutrition literature all the time. My latest sort of stance on it, if you will, is I try to take the medium line. Let me explain so I stop talking around in circles. Basically, the concept is there a metabolic window? A metabolic window being, is there a prime time to get protein in post workout, or is there a prime time to get carbohydrate in post workout? I'd say yes and no. There is, but it's not as important as what people have put the emphasis on.